Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to the Type QQ gaming channel. Welcome back to ASMR 2, the ear scratching returns. So this episode, what's on the menu? I think technically with well, maybe not even technically, maybe that's not the right word, but I suppose where we are with our abilities, and where we've covered the map, maybe it's time we do some backtracking and just kind of go back through some of the stage that we've had to pass, and kind of check things out with a new set of abilities, see how that works out. So I think we will, shall we? You can kind of see in the map here and there that we have these sort of open splorets. Somebody, check Urban Dictionary for that. Make sure I didn't just say something I shouldn't have. Bizarre to see that sort of, that running boots ability there. Considering, it didn't seem like there's a way to actually gain any speed or momentum, but all the same, it's not like it's an impassable area. All right, so with just the slightest amount of backtracking, we found a new area. To the point where I don't think it really counts as a new area. Maybe just the current area where we were in. These green roots, plant-like things. Another one of these GD Metroids. And maybe this is the point where we boast our health and our missiles and continue to get our ass beat and lose all our missiles. Yeah, that attack kills. Sort of grab and electrocute. Electrify? I was going to say electrify. Although electrify still might be a correct word, just maybe not used in that particular situation. And it continues on. This looks like a whole new sort of branch. If you can excuse the accidental pun when we're looking at all these grass, tree-like surroundings. Oh, we're on the other side of this. But it's good being back making movies. I'll tell you that. Even as shitty as these movies are, or videos. As I'm sure you guys may or may not know, here's another goddamn Metro. We found a whole nest of these motherfuckers. As you guys may or may not know, found myself another job, or a new job. So it certainly is taking my time away from making videos, or even playing games for the video. So, but it's still a project I still plan on doing. So, expect to see videos still, just maybe not in the sort of concentration as before, at least at the time being. Not until I get my million subscriber mark and YouTube can pay me full time. So at the age of 7,000, I'll be there. So, as we can see by the map, it continues right. There we go. And we find the secret so we can continue going on right. And I have to say, if it's, as we find more another trail of a dead Metroid, or rather another mutated Metroid who's... There he is, a much smaller one. But we're certainly finding this this nest of Metroid down here. But I was gonna say, if it wasn't the green branches and roots, this certain areas, big thing is certainly this sort of darkness. You know, this sort of crushing darkness we all feel deep down inside. Another goddamn Metroid just sitting there waiting for us. Probably the most hungry of all the Metroids. Like, no wonder he's dead there on the floor, you know? I mean, come on now. What the hell's he been doing in this secluded room? Well, in quick fashion, we have... Well, let me not speak out of turn. Let's actually kill this asshole first. Well, this tiny little secluded room is certainly playing to his strengths. Seeing how I cannot hit his sweet, sweet green and red underbelly. Come the fuck on. Come on, what do you have to live for? There is nothing in this room awaiting you if you were to survive this fight. This guy's almost killed us. Literally. We are at 84 points. Holy shit. Yeah. Closeness that we really don't want to play with, huh? I mean, granted, now there's 2 more Metroids alive, but I think the time for boasting health points is far expired. Luckily, these sort of spiky bulbs can carry some health. So at least we're not in absolute, like, dire straits now. Got a little bit, but as you can see, the save room rather is a little bit ways away. But I don't think we're going to be playing with fire with that one. I think we're going to go back up and save our game. If we know the giant crazy babies that we are. I mean, we like to save our game if we just like walk 2 steps. Now we're nearly dead, and we're wondering whether or not we're gonna save our game. Although the game took pretty good care of us and brought us almost at half health. I mean, on second thought, it kind of looks like, yeah, you should be able to, like, bust through there and go down there. Not the case. Breaking the whole floor down here. Well, come on. Absolutely unnecessary shooting all that, but... Nope, there he is down there. We flew over him last time. But yeah, we're not really kidding now. We've really found the nest, the brooding nest of these guys. I mean, granted, there were like 12 of them, but like just down here is like the last 5 or 6. Yeah, that grapple move does not fuck around. There we go. My God. For a moment, I thought that was a like a super missile, like tank upgrade, but it was just a consumable, just like that. Good little area to farm stuff as well. Yeah, it's getting real dark now. Dark like my heart. Oh, oh. I'm almost kind of in the mood to just kind of make weird noises all throughout this video. I tried so hard and got so far. At least our shots illuminate, you know, the ray of fire that we're kind of... So we can see a little bit of what the hell's going on when we're firing, but... And actually, I think the Great Game just did a great job of sort of... Oh, excuse me as I yawned mid-sentence. Illuminated, rather, I was going to say, some important parts of the level, so you can kind of be like, no, this is where you go when you dumbass. Well, spikes still hurt. It's a good thing to remember. Oh, spikes hurt. Although it is a little bizarre to see that, like, this sort of bramble thorn stuff kind of still hurt you in a armored suit like Samus's, you know? Sadly, I think this is the end of the road here. Coming across like an area where you have to find a way of kind of like hovering or something else to get through those sort of like gravity blocks, where if you apply pressure to them, they break and you fall through. But that's where it is. It's pretty clearly on the map, so... So there won't be any shame on coming back and checking it out. So, but you know, at least we killed a ton of Metroids. There's that. An interesting room that is, where you have to essentially destroy the floor just to continue on. All right, so I guess if we want to go to someplace new, essentially we're going backwards now. We can see in the sort of light blue area, there is a couple of rooms that we haven't really explored, but the dark blue area just past that, it has a lot of a lot of new stuff to check out, provided there's not a lake of lava waiting for us there. There we go, saving our progress, which is always a handy thing. And actually, just like I was just hoping there weren't going to be, but yeah, lake of lava there. So unfortunately, that stays where it is until we can claim one more Metroid as our victim. Speaking of Metroid victims, not that it's anything to do with Metroid victims, but and of course this is an old news thing, but I suppose if you follow me on Twitter, you probably or will not be surprised when I tell you that I think Nintendo as a company was really great. In the 80s and 90s, or rather, even to this day, they make some really great products, and certainly are instrumental into the type of gamer I am now. However, I fucking, like right now, in my life, in my mind, I fucking hate Nintendo. They do, as a company, they have some of the dumbest, backward, fucking beliefs and opinions about gaming and the internet, I think in the gaming industry. And just recently with the news of them banning their Nintendo partners from live streaming Nintendo games on YouTube. Jesus Christ, these guys. Oh, careful now. I mean, we take damage, but not a ton of damage. It's not like we're being electrocuted by a Metroid, so maybe we could jump into that lava sometime. But like I was saying, it's so baffling and just stare at the sun stupid Nintendo is about doing anything remotely cooperative with modern, modern social media slash oh nice. Actually, there's one above as well, or at least something above, or just content creators. They just seem to have an overall repulsion to the current stage or current world of the video game community, unless it's centered around their video game, I understand, they've made, hundreds of billions of dollars of thinking outside the box, but, some of their practices are so fucking stupid all the same. You know, like I don't know if this is old news, if they've changed their mind, but like, you know, with Splatoon they had the salmon run that's only like available at certain times. Like, why do they gate certain modes at certain hours? That's absolutely stupid. You know, I like this mode, but the only time I can play it is at like 2:30 in the morning right now. You know, it's a part of the game, but not. You know, I don't know. In Amiibos, I can tell you I'm a proud owner of absolutely zero Amiibos. I think that stuff is, you know, it's fine if you like the collectability of like a little figurine or a little statue. I'm fine with that, but like, yeah, DLC locked into a figure, that's pretty stupid. You know, sell me a figure, sell me DLC. Don't you, like, I don't need to you know, buy a super rare figure to get the DLC. And I get it, you know, like, oh, you buy this amiibo and it'll unlock DLC in every game, as we now take damage from the sun, from the toxic atmosphere. Yeah, and as we're on the talk of amiibos, you know, Nintendo's famous, like, artificial, like, rarity of shit when they produce, like, 5 things, you know, in the world and give one to each Best Buy and say, okay, fulfill your pre-orders with product X this year for Christmas. They're just fucking. I guess I've done a really poor job of saying that, you know, Nintendo's just behind the times, but yeah, Nintendo is just dreadfully behind the times. I thought those would destroy the green crystals, but not those green crystals apparently. But yeah, this is the sort of starting area. Not a whole lot that we can actually take advantage of here, aside from just filling out some of the map. But I figured if we come back here with the space jump, we'd find at least something, but it really seems to be absolutely zero. You know, and I think, you know, the hot thing from Nintendo, if we're not talking like, you know, the Switch, of course, you know, is like the classic Nintendo box and the Super Nintendo box that they made, and those are fine. But like $60, you know, we live in a world where we're just not even like going to consider emulation as a thing, and that Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games really don't take up that much memory. You know, when we're talking about like, you know, a few gigs could probably be the entire Super Nintendo library, and less that for the for the regular Nintendo library. And you're saying $60 for a handful of games on each console? Like, give me a break. I mean, I get it. You know, I think both of the retro consoles are, you know, fitted for HD. You know, so that's cool. But again, you know, like, you know, like they're competing against, you know, like, you know, getting one of the you know, secondary market sort of generic brand, you know, Retron consoles, and then just fitting that with like a cartridge full of everything, you know? I don't know. It just seems... Nintendo, why are you so fucking backwards, you know? But, you know, they don't need my advice. They're gonna make money despite themselves. I mean, they can rely on the fact that there's shit up here. I mean, they can rely on the fact that, you know, the kids that bought all their stuff, or the kids that got all their stuff in the 80s, are now parents with disposable money now. So, find a secret up here, but a yellow door. I couldn't even tell you what opens the yellow door. It's not anything that we have. But picked up a missile upgrade all the same. I don't know. I guess that's the end of my rant. And I suppose that's why, like, aside from, like, you know, these sort of, like, not so blatant, you know, middle fingers to Nintendo when I play their sort of fan games and their sort of, you know, unofficial remakes, you know. I guess why you're not going to see Nintendo games on my channel. You know, they're just... you know, they're so unfriendly to anyone who seemingly supports them as a fan, you know, that, you know, they're really not deserving of any spot on my channel. Not that I'm saying, like, shit, you have to earn my respect to be on my channel. I'm just saying there's plenty of other stuff, you know, and games and companies that would like or would appreciate, you know, not that they would direly need, but would appreciate people, you know, sharing their love for their product. That, like, I just, you know, Nintendo, if you really can't be bothered, you know, peace out. But that's not to mean I won't buy a, you know, a Nintendo Switch sometime, because seemingly that seems to be, like, the modern console for shmups right now. My god, like SNK, I think it's SNK, is it SNK? Seems to be, like, putting, like, every old school shmup on the Switch. It's getting a lot of shmup love, so I think in time we're going to be, I think the family will have a Switch. I don't think this channel will, to be completely honest, but... man. So we just hashed out my entire problem with Nintendo. We'll have to take up a whole nother video to have me hash out my problems with YouTube. So you could probably understand half the reason why I wouldn't want to be a Nintendo YouTuber. My God. I think that being a Nintendo YouTuber is probably the closest you can be from, like, being bent over and having one large man on one side of you and the other, and another large man on the other, just kind of having their way with you. One with, like, a Mario mask and the other one with a YouTube logo on his head. Him just pounding you like a Chinese finger cuff trap thing. That's why I think overall, as we wrap up this video, like, everyone should be kind of wary, you know, if Patreon sort of morphs into a sort of video on demand service as well. That's going to be a scary thing for big old YouTube. But we'll leave it there. A thought for another video, I suppose. But yeah, that'll be it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and play some more Metroid in the future.